What's happening, everyone? It's the Legged Podcast. It's me, Andy Grant, and this week's special guest needs no introduction. It's the big man, still Ryan. Still are.
I'm feeling good to be here. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Lad, buzzing to have you on, lad. I first came across you from one of your videos where you were asking people the meaning of life. And I think that's when I first slid into your DMs and was like, it's fucking boss this. Sent you a love art and was just like...
That energy was there straight away, you know what I mean? That love art. I was questioning, have you got a partner? Because I was going to slap backward, what are you up to on Saturday? But yeah, the questions have really took off, and that's what it's attracted a lot of people to me, and people like me asking the public. Because it's so, you can't predict it. You can't predict what someone in the public's going to ask you. It just doesn't happen.
Well, I think you get some of those like lovely moments. I think the one I reacted to, and you're just like, wow, it kind of... I think social media can be so toxic at times, and then your video, I think, just restored a little bit of humanity into me feed.
A lot of people have said that, like, the feeds of Instagram, TikTok, it's so negative and it's so fake and always happy in this, rich car, rich house. And when people say they see my content, they're like, it's so refreshing. It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. And
it's sometimes I'm so sucked into it and I'm so creating the next thing, I sometimes forget to actually take a step back and look at what I'm creating and making. Yeah. So by the time I'm uploading, I'm on to the next one.
That's good though, because you've got an hour catalogue, haven't you? So when you do have those moments, you can actually look back and think, wow.
Yeah, there's positives and negatives, but sometimes being so sucked in, it's hard to appreciate the now. Because as a content creator, I can't focus too much on the now because tomorrow's happening. So like, I can't sometimes, it's hard. It is hard.
No, I know what you mean. We literally had to speak about it the other day. We do a show called A Lifecast on a Sunday where you talk about kind of those big problems that in life that there's no right or wrong answer, but sometimes they're good to talk about. And I was saying I probably dine out too much on like, I'm still talking about achievements I done fucking 5 years ago. Whereas my mate Paul, he was like, a bit like you, he's like, right, once I'm done that, boom, next one. And it's kind of like, you need to find a happy medium where you can at least give yourself a pat on the back and say,
balance.
Right, yeah, I was bossed that, next one.
I've achieved so much things. I've only been full-time for a year and 3 months. Only full-time for a year and 3 months. It's only been 12 weeks since I've got a team around me. I've started pushing harder. It's only been 12 weeks and the things I've done, people have worked 5-10 years for. And I'm not stopping. And that's why I danced on stage twice last year in front of 10,000 people. But it just bypassed me, not in a disrespectful way. I was happy I did it. I enjoyed the moment. I was grateful for it. But I just went on to the next thing because I've got my purpose and I've got my goals. I want to get the Still Gang known by the whole world. That's it.
I'll be honest, for those who are just watching or listening, I'm round you, lad. You can't help but smile being around you, lad. I'll give you that. You've got this energy, lad. Well, it's, yeah.
Sure, that weren't me hand touching you on your leg, you know what I mean?
Right. What I want to know is, where did this come from? Where did this Still Ryan thing come from? Still Gang?
Well, I just love gaming. I always started in gaming, Twitch, and I went through a few hard times on my own, and I didn't want that hard time to happen with anyone else. And I've said this, and I started streaming, and I made a community, and as it was picking up, I was like, we need a name. You know what I mean? I was called Still Ryan because my brother's called Still Mick, and I wanted to be like my oldest brother, as the youngest I am. I came up with the name Still Ryan, started gaming, started streaming. People loved my personality, they loved the energy. I used to just be on Rocket League like, oh my god! Just high energy, non-stop for like hours, and it was unhealthy to a certain point. My heart to be racing, I'd do stupid things, I'd put G Fuel powder, which is like 4 cups of coffee, in my mouth, just like that. I used to do crazy stuff, and it started picking up, and I was like, we need a community name. And this was like 16, 17. I'd class myself and pat myself on the back. It's branding. It's good branding, you know. I knew branding was important. I knew it had to match. I knew you couldn't just call it gang. So I was like, what is good? What's catchy? What sticks in someone's name? What means something when you say it? You know, when you say family and you say your mum, you get an emotion. The Still Gang. You know what I mean? Just came straight away. Still Gang.
So for me, lads, as we take it back a little bit further then, so I mean, I'm 34, so 35 in the summer. You're 20, yeah?
20, 21 in the summer.
So you've grown up in this gaming world. Don't get me wrong, when I was a kid, I played computer games, but at 17, I joined the Marines then and kind of just stopped then. Kids now, or society now, is just like massively gaming.
Gaming.
Like, could you have even envisaged when you're like 13, 14 that you could like start a, you know, springboard a career from playing on your computer?
I always pictured myself. I've never said this. I love Everton. I'm massive with Everton. So one thing is, I always used to game with the lads, but I always pictured myself being in a first team environment. I just always pictured it. Like, I love that feeling of with the lads in the changes before you go out and battle for 90 minutes. I love that feeling. Something people probably don't know about me, but I always pictured that, you know, being around the lads constantly, just being myself. That's what I always pictured as a kid. And then as I started growing up, the nights got longer where we used to game, and we used to enjoy it a lot more, and we used to mess about. And yeah, I began to picture watching the Sidemen. What are they doing? How are they doing that? What are they doing full time? What's the job title? As you get into secondary school, we had the content creators. But in year 7, 8, 9, people used to laugh if you made videos. You know what I mean? Like, people weren't fond of that. And then as 10, 11 came, I was speaking to my mates about it, and they were like, do it, go for it. This is like the lads that I'm around now. And then as I left, I just went for it, just jumped.
Because that's so you had those kind of people to look up to then, like the Sidemen. Again, because even YouTube was like...
I used to watch Roman Atwood vlogs. He's a family man now, he's unbelievable. I used to watch pranksters, because I adore pranking. I am going to get into pranking one day. I love it. I used to watch the Sidemen, Bazinga, KSI, every single one of them, Miniminter, Vicstar, every single one of them. I used to sit there, watch the YouTube videos, watch the live streams, non-stop.
See, even that's mad to me, because again, as a kid, YouTube weren't a thing, so we just watched normal TV.
But that's just like you saying you used to watch the Jimmy Carr show, or whatever it was back then. I'm saying back then, I weren't bored. I weren't bored.
Making me feel old.
Not calling you old, but I weren't bored.
Yeah, it's, you know, so fast forward for a second, I went and done a talk, right, in China, and I thought this was, and this was maybe about 5 years ago, and I thought, this is when I realised gaming was massive. So I'd done this talk for Nike in Shanghai, a big corporate event, and he said afterwards there'll be entertainment on. Now normally if a corporate company you do a talk for, there'll be a band on and there'll be dancing and all that. I swear to God, like 700 employees in Nike, they had 5 computers there, 5 computers there.
All gaming?
And then they had massive screens up at the top, and then they went and played some game. I don't even know what it is, you probably know, I don't know. And they're all playing it, and we just all watched these people game.
And that was the entertainment?
That was the entertainment.
How long ago was that?
About 5 years ago.
Wow.
Everyone loved it, and I was thinking, because I'm a bit older, I was like, and it's not my thing, I was like, this is fucking shit. I want to be up dancing, you know, I want an Oasis tribute band to be on.
That's cool, that though.
But honestly, mate, and then...
That's the future.
Well, that's what I thought.
That's now.
This was about 5 years ago in China, and I thought, wow, gaming is like that big.
China have always been ahead. The 5 years ago to do that, entertainment, and the 700 people just playing
Might
a
have
game.
even been 6 years, you know, like 2017, 2018.
That's amazing, that though. Everyone just getting together gaming.
So is that what it was then? You were playing, I don't know, FIFA and that with your mates?
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
I started on Rocket League.
What's Rocket League?
It's car football.
Okay.
So it's the concept of football. 2 goals. You can do 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4, or 1v1. But you're in a car. Now, the concept probably blows your mind, but that's why it's still played to this day and classed as a top tier esports, because the simplistic concept of a ball in a car and going in a goal just works. It just works. There's ranks to it, and it just works perfectly. I can sit on it for a couple of hours happily and not blink an eyelid.
You brought your lovely girlfriend here. What's she like when all this is going on and stuff?
She started getting in me content now, so Olivia is massively supporting. She adores everything I do. She knows what I do is our future, and she gets in the content every now and then when she feels like it, so it's happy days. Like, she doesn't mind it. She's grew up with the stuff I've grew up, like we've got similar bringing up, so it's just vice versa now. She's not a big fan of public social media. She's very private, and I totally respect that and understand that. But if she ever wants to jump in a video or a stream, which she has done before, she just happily jumps in.
So these started by you kind of you and your mates just having a laugh online?
Yeah, everyone does it. Everyone's done it. You speak to anyone, everyone does it. Like, we used to play pro clubs, COD, Monopoly. Used to play all games, and we used to just sit all night playing them. I can remember when I got my first PC with one of my best mates, Leighton. We got it a few days early before Christmas and we played it for like 6 to 7 days straight. Never got off it. We were on CSGO, Rocket League, and I'm talking I stunk of bow. I never left that room. I was like, Christmas Day, you never see me. I was just gone.
And at what point then, so it's your mate saying to you then you should start streaming and stuff?
As I said, I went through an hard time and I didn't want anyone else to go through that. And I thought, what can we do here? And I've always loved gaming. I always loved content. But I didn't actually understand content as I do today. So I just thought, click go live, people come in, I talk to them, what's happening? And it was that simple. And then as I've been going on, it's been catching on. And then I've started getting little snippets, clips, been uploading it, high energy. And people are loving it. It's getting 100,000 views. It's getting 500, a few million. And I'm like, whoa, people love me for who I am, playing a game that I love. I'm doing exactly what I love. And people are loving it. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's one and one together. And I started catching on and we just done it for months and months. And when I started telling my mum, I'm Twitch streaming here and people are loving it. And she was like, boss, but you need a job. And I was like, mum, I'm getting revenue off this. And she was like, how much? And I was like, £250. And I was only like 16. And she was like, oh, boss, we still need a job. And I was like, the next month, I'd get £500. And it was 1,000. And I was like, mum. And then it was just exciting.
If you don't want to speak about it again, but when you say going through a hard time, is it more like loneliness or like just...
Bit of both. I wrote a poem about it and it was called Life Chapter 1. It was a bit of loneliness, you know, family problems, girl problems, it was everything. And just being in that teenage environment, everyone goes through it. It's just how you deal with it. And my community now is fulfilled with women, men, lads, girls, who are all just happy, motivating, talking to each other. If they're having a bad day, I've got a chat for mental health. I've got a section in my Discord for mental health. So if they need to speak about anything, they speak about it. We're always there, good or bad, no matter what it is, achievement or failure. We're always there. And that's the positive about it. I'm not even in the Discord as much as I used to be because I'm always working or doing something. And it's still active. People are saying morning, people are saying good night. What films we watching? What do you watch on Netflix? What are you doing with your day?
Wow. People
around the world. It's amazing, it really is.
So before we go, because that's amazing, just one little step a sec. I know how hard it was maybe. So we had poems by do you follow her on Instagram?
No, I've seen her.
Yeah, she's cool. So I was talking to her about when I was younger, when I was maybe 15, 16, I was banging into poetry. But you couldn't tell anyone you were into poetry.
Yeah, because you get bullied.
And I'm thinking, if I'd started saying back then as well, I'm going to start doing playing gaming and content, it'd be the same. What was it like for you?
Everyone games. But if you made the TikToks and you made the... Well, I get censored by family and friends all the time. Like, there's a video where, like, Mr. Beast is saying, like, everyone laughs until you're successful. Now, No, I'm not saying everyone laugh, but I know people are like, what's he doing dancing in his room saying, get to ours, bolloco? What's he doing thrusting in his ma's bedroom, box room? What's he doing? But now everyone's like, are you doing so well? So everyone laughs until you're successful. Everyone's going to point fingers and laugh and say, what's he doing, the weirdo? Until, I don't know, what you define as success.
Yeah. Was there a point you that thought, like a conscious effort to think, I'm going to have to put myself out here, like I might have to, I don't know, if I want to kind of create this kind of name and this initial kind of burst of energy to get people going, I'm going to have to jump outside my comfort zone? Was that like a conscious decision or?
I think I've been aligned with this a lot very recently, but being out your comfort zone is the best thing that can happen to you. And I've always been out my comfort zone. Every time I go out and film in the public, yeah, I'm confident what's happening, but you're out your comfort zone. You don't know what can happen in that public. You don't know who can approach you, what question can get said, you don't know what's going to happen. So every day I'm out of my comfort zone, and what I'm learning is to be comfortable, uncomfy. And that's the biggest thing. And I produce the best content when I'm uncomfy, but I'm comfy with it.
The great analogy with that, I don't know if you've ever heard it, it's like your comfort zone's like an elastic band. So you pull it a bit, get outside your comfort zone, it stretches a bit, which is great, and then it goes back to its size, but it's not back to its original size, it's a little bit bigger. The problem is you don't want to get outside your comfort zone for too long, and otherwise it'll snap, so you keep doing it a lot often.
You just keep making it bigger and bigger.
Exactly, yeah.
Being out your comfort zone's amazing, especially in content, because
It's where the magic
all
happens.
next level. It's like, you know, I'm not out my comfort zone now because I'm actually comfy in them. But like going to do a podcast and going to get interviewed by BBC Radio Mayshad, I'm just a lad from Crocky. And me and Mark, you know, my mentor, we always speak about it. I'm just a lad from Crocky. You know, you can take the lad out of Crocky, but you can't take the Crocky out of the lad. And at the end of the day, it's amazing. You know, like, every day I'm out of my comfort zone. If I'm going to film, if I'm going to do something, you know, I don't know what the word is, I was stereotyped to just be working class, and I'm pushing that away, and I'm going for it, and every day.
Was there any times in those initial times when you are posting stuff on TikTok where, I don't know, you might have got a bit of abuse or people going, what the fuck's he on about, where you started then maybe doubting it, or did you just...
Of course, we're all human, Andy. Everyone's human, everyone has doubt. It's normal to have doubt, but it's how quick can you switch it. Everyone has doubt where they're like, nah, that comment got to me, or nah, but it's how quick can you switch it. And the more I'm working on myself, this is the thing as well, I'm working on myself a lot now. I'm working out, I'm boxing, I'm doing mental strategies, I'm breathing, I'm doing meditation, I'm doing yoga, and I'm learning more about myself. Yeah, everyone has negative thoughts, everyone has self-doubt, but it's how quick can you switch it. And right now, I'm learning that to switch it, it's the state of mind. What can I think of that motivates me, empowers me, dead quick to get out of that. I'll have a few seconds negative, and then I'll go, retiring my mum and dad, getting the still gang going, boom, I'm out of it. And it just that's gone. I'm working on it every day. That it's just how quick can you switch.
I can't help just smiling as you're talking. It's great to hear how positive you are, man. It's a belter.
I'm not like this on my own, by the way. I just want to say a big gratitude for my team. You know, I've got Olivia who does my merch, she's amazing. I've got Mark, mentors me, coaches me. We talk a lot. I've got David, Leon on me editing and videoing. Like, I've got a team around me now that are helping me every day. And it's funny because, you know, we're all keeping fit, we're all doing things in our own lane, and it's amazing to see. You know, it's amazing to see. I put a quote up on my Instagram the other day, and it was something along the lines of like, you've got to look after yourself, because for me to post content and people enjoy it, people are feeding off my energy and for me to get that energy, I've got to look after myself. And for people to feed, you've got to have the right nutrients.
It's like that thing that they say in a plane, don't you need to make sure you get your own life jacket on first so you can help other people?
How do I expect people to feed laughter and happiness off me if I'm not happy and laughing? How can I do that? I can't do 100%.
that. So when you're doing the still gang and you kind of mind saying you need a job and, you know, the money stands piling off Twitch, at what point then did you start thinking, actually, you know what, with a bit of thinking about this, a bit of time and effort, I could actually make this a thing?
Well, when I say my ma said I needed a job, you know, it's just normal for your mum and dad to say, like, what are you doing next? Don't sit
my
around.
My said the same. I had to go and work in Sainsbury's, lad, because I wasn't as clever as you to think that.
From 16, I worked in the card factory.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was on £4 an hour working in the card factory. Then I went to push trolleys in Tesco. I worked in my brother's milkshake shop. I used to go to college. Always had this work ethic from my mum and dad. Used to go to college, finish at 3 or 4. It was a football college. Then I go straight from there to work all the way up to like 10, maybe 11 sometimes, because milkshakes are on until late. Used to work every day, every week. And then I went to push trolleys in Tesco. Worked there for a few months. And then went to being an apprentice electrician. Done that for 6 months. I loved it. But there was one day on site where I looked and I was like, my hands were freezing. And the job's amazing. Electrician's a fantastic job. Brilliant career. But I was just like, I know I can do more. I know I can push something. And that's when I made the jump. That's when I made the call. So I work full time on my hobby. And this is a thing I've done in, you know, you said you do speeches. I done my first ever one at a Tramir event. And this is the thing I said, like, people get confused when they jump for the hobby and they jump for something they love. The reason they turn out to hate it in 6 months is because they rely on it for a financial income. What I did is I kept a full-time job. You can ask me girlfriend, you can ask anyone around me. I used to come home from my apprentice electrician, 6 a.m, wake up, work till maybe 6 p.m. some days, because we were self-employed, a man in a van. And I'd come home and stream 6 till 8, 6 till 9, straight away, without failure. And I was working on my hobby and my love for content outside of my full-time job. And I was relying on my full-time job for finance and my hobby, just because I purely loved it. And that's the biggest mistake people make. And I know I might go into different areas here, but...
No, I agree, 100%.
You need a financial income so you don't hate your hobby. Because if I relied on streaming in the let's say I never had a full-time job, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be.
You feel more pressure, don't you? It's like
Of course you do.
pressure to be funny or pressure to have this clip that goes viral, or you know.
Pressure to upload, pressure to actually create. Like the full-time job, yeah, it was hard, but of course it's gonna be hard. You know, nothing's easy. It's gonna be hard. Working.
That's a great point. Like, I've had that exact same thing with the podcast when it started making money, and it's like, right, we've got to do a show on it. It's like, fucking hell. I just enjoyed it when we just done them randomly with random people, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, people are paying for this now, they want this, and it's like, that you're 100% right with that.
But you know, if you brought like that financial whatever it is from another area, it just go back to, it literally just go back to podcast when it's out.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the best thing about it.
So did you notice a change in your mindset when it went from full-time, or?
It was scary. So when I went full-time in content, I took the leap because I was like, it's now or never. I just got that feeling, like my body just built it up. Spoke to my dad, rang my boss, said, this is it, I'm going full-time, I'm not working for you anymore. He said, that's okay, good luck. And I made the leap in, was it 2022, 23? What Christmas was it, Olivia? 2021? 2020, oh, we're in 23 now?
Yeah, it's just over a year ago.
Okay, so 2021 Christmas, and we made the leap. My mum and dad said, do it for a year and see where you're at. Jesus, I've did it for a year and we're here. You know what I mean? We're here, and it's amazing. You know, I'm working with, I've done multiple videos for massive brands, and I've created content off my own back. I've just started a new series where it's literally me looking at a camera going, ask me anything. And it's so simplistic, but because it's me and I'm high energy and people love it, it's just, let's do it. It's boss. I'm learning so much about myself as well. That's the biggest thing, Andy. Like, I'm identifying so much about myself, how much I can work without burning out, what's my limit, you know, how much work I can do in 4 to 6 weeks. I learned recently that I've been, from the start of the year, going absolutely a-hole, 100 miles an hour for like 2 months. And then I hit a brick wall. It was only recently I hit the brick wall, and I've realised that now. I've had to do it to realise it, and I'm happy. You know, I'm learning that I've got a good 1-2 on me in boxing. I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster, and I'm 20. It's just the beginning. The content's booming.
Just a baby, lad.
It's just the beginning.
With regards to this initial streaming on Twitch then, so you're playing games and then obviously it's recording, and then are you then having to pick kind of like a funny bit where it's going on TikTok, or are people just recording them as well and they're putting it up on your behalf, or how's that initially starting?
I used to clip my own stuff, so I'd do a 3-hour live stream, this is live, and then it would self-record itself, so I'd go through the video and just pinpoint funny bits that I thought, I went soft. I seen that there was a gap in the market for a Scouser. Not many Scousers were out there, not many high energetic positive people were out there. Can
I say that on that quick? Do you think that Scouse thing is because Scousers are a little bit
hesitant?
Yeah.
I think we're breaking the ice with it now. You know, I've been in town before and I've seen people questioning people, doing what I do. And I'm like, that's amazing, that. I'm happy for you. You know, so I suppose it used to be.
Because I think, mate, before you, if someone had said to me, before maybe your video started popping, if someone had said to me, like a kind of KSI type, I would have said, you'll never get a Scouser being like that. Just because almost Liverpool doesn't allow it almost, you know what I mean, I think.
Yeah, like there's a persona.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I get that, but that's why there's people like me, for people like you to say never and then I break it.
Oh, it's great, lad.
That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like I've got a task in my head, me and Scano were speaking about it the other day, and we were speaking about the man who's done the fastest mile. I think he broke it like 3 minutes something.
Roger Bannister.
Yeah, and I want to beat him. I do. I've got it. Look, I've got it in my mind. I want to beat him. Yeah. This is the first time I've publicly said this.
I hope we go back and we record my initial reaction to this, and I hope you do it. But it is incredibly difficult, you know.
And now I want to beat him, or I want to beat him.
You want to run a 4-minute mile?
I want to beat him.
I'm not being disrespectful.
I've listened to the video.
I'm telling you, lad, it is fucking.
I've listened to the video, and he I don't know if it's him talking over it, and he's like, when they said 58 seconds, my mind was so shocked.
Well, that's not the same guy we're on about because he's English, this guy. But
so that might have been a bad accent, though. That might have been a bad accent.
So the guy who initially broke the 4-minute mile, he said it could never be done, was a guy called Roger Bannister. And the great thing about it is everyone said it could never be done. And then the second he done it, the record only lasted about a month. and then someone else broke it.
Because it allowed someone else to think I can do that.
Exactly.
And that's exactly me now.
I'll tell you, I've got a great running coach. You should maybe go and see Tony Clark. He helped me break my world record. But what I will say though, is it's fucking tough.
I know, but what is life without toughness?
No, I get that, but...
Do you do cold showers?
Sometimes.
I recently got into them and I love them. I can't get out the shower without guilt pressuring myself now. I don't know what the word's called. I can't leave the shower without doing a minute plus in the coldness.
Yeah, no, I'll have a normal shower, then the last maybe 15 seconds I'll bang it on a little 15 degrees or something.
I don't know what it is, I just can't. I tense up and then and I'll be battering myself all day. I can't leave the shower.
Yeah, unless you do it.
I can't do it. It's a guilty conscience, that's what it is.
No, I had a thing after I'd done my 10k record, I was thinking, what else can I do? And I thought the 4-minute mile, I'll do that. But
is it hard?
Not to like piss on your parade, lad,
no,
but it is like...
be honest, like...
Yeah, I don't... Some of the best runners in Liverpool now have been running all their life, won't do it.
What are we saying for the average mile of the average human being? So a mile's 3k?
5k.
A mile's 5k.
So what are you doing 5k at the minute?
Fastest 5k is 19 minutes.
Okay, so I've done 18:07.
Sweeten the fat. Let's have it. You know what I mean? I'm up for that.
Yeah, good.
Wait there.
So,
wow, your fastest 5k is 18 minutes.
And I've got one leg, yeah.
I was just about to point that out. You've got one leg and I was a minute shorter. What?
All I'm telling you is
Would you run that now, 18 minutes?
No, I'm about at 22 now, 23. 22 and a half maybe.
That's fast though, isn't it? 22.
So when you say your average, yeah, most people...
My average is like 20, 21.
Yeah.
Maybe 22 of them. I've had some eggs for breakfast. So, you know what I mean? But like...
No, but definitely have these goals, but that's a big ask, that, you know.
What if I'm on a motorway?
I'd just try and think of a different running challenge, because that's fucking... Just try and beat my 5k.
But it's not like
it's
not a running challenge where I'll be hard on myself. It's a funny running challenge.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you, Barrister. You know what I mean? I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
To just
do that then.
Put my mind to it. I think it's hilarious. I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat it. Who's your running coach? I need him.
Tony Clark, lad. He runs with Liverpool Harriers. Get down there.
I'm gonna beat it. I've got the bill for it. My legs are long. I can feel it.
A few steps, lad. You'll be there.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
Maybe on the last lap I'll just cut across. Just half it.
Yeah, you'll smash it, lad.
He did it on a 400 metre or 200.
Yeah, 400 metre running track, yeah.
How many laps of the 400 metres is it?
Well, it's 1600 metres, so 4, 8, so that's 4 laps.
I can do that, you know.
You could run 4 laps in 4 minutes.
Oh my god, that's a minute a lap.
Yeah. So when I ran me 10k, I was doing 90 seconds a lap. And that was for 37 minutes over 10k.
I can do that, you know. I can do that. 4 laps of 400 metres. That's just waivers, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, okay.
Give me them shoes with the spikes on.
Lad,
Wow.
you couldn't do that with my running blade as well, lad, with 3 legs.
Listen, we'll see.
I hope you do it. I
think it'll be funny. I want to train for it.
Now
is not the right time.
Can I come and watch you do it?
Yeah, of course. You can join in if you want.
I'll have a go, yeah.
I think I'll need a pacer though.
Yeah. I could pace you for 1 lap and then we'll get someone else to do the second lap. Someone else do the 3rd lap.
What, like a 50-second lap? That's what you're aiming for, innit? I want to aim for 50 seconds and get 55.
It'd have to be just under 50, yeah. Just under a minute, sorry.
I could get up and I want to try it now. That's how... Let me think about it. Nah, Andy, you've set something in stone here, you know.
We'll see, lad.
I swear
I'm going to ring Tony Clark straight after this.
Oh my god.
Liverpool Harriers, he's on notice. Stand by.
It's in my mind.
The big ride dogs coming to smoke you all.
What's so Liverpool Harriers can't even do it? Slacking them.
They'll probably be one.
Slacking.
There might be 1 or 2 of them that could do it. There's a lad, Dave Devine, I think his name is.
It's not even an egotistical thing. It's like Goggins is speaking to me now. You know Goggins?
Yeah.
Me dad. So Goggins, basically, he's in my head. It's not even an ego thing. It's like, who am I to not attempt it?
Yeah. Oh, listen, go for it. Because you know what, lad? If you don't do it, you'll still have a fucking cracking time attempting it. Or you'll still make a lot of people laugh, failing, either one way or the other. It's win-win, lad.
Either way, it's great content. But I think I should take 6 months out of a year coming up where I just go ham and I train every day and I'm eating right. I'm eating right now, like, but I mean, there's things coming up where I couldn't do it now because it'd take training. I couldn't just jump on a track and do it. But it'd be cool, like a documentary kind of episode. Be about it.
So you know these kind of ideas then that you've got, you said before about like the kind of switch to going full time. Was you thinking before these streams of like, I don't know, funny bits or like things like, I don't know, if I can work the conversation, I can make this bit funny, and then I can clip that, then that'll go viral, and that'll build me brand. Was you kind of, or was it just all completely natural?
Off the cuff. Some of it was like, I'd have an outline. I've learned that I don't work good planning outcomes. Never plan an outcome. I just plan an outline. So like, let's say this Saturday, Everton are playing. You know, I've got 2 tickets. I'll take me dad to the game. That's the outline. Go do a match day vlog. That's the outline. Not go at the 35th minute, do this. No. Because I've learned through the process and journey of my content, me for me and who I am is a lot better than me for planning. I just do an outline, a basic simple outline, and whatever happens. I'm a lot better off the cuff. As you've just seen, we've just went from a podcast scenario to talking I can beat the 4 minute, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I work best. I'm just off the cuff. I feel someone's energy.
Yeah.
That's why I probably work best in public, because as soon as I'm there interviewing you or I'm saying something, I'll feel your energy.
Yeah.
I'll know if it's right to hug you. I'll know if it's right to come close or not.
Yeah.
I do feel it.
So what was the decision making like then when you've kind of clipped a funny bit? And it's like, was this upload initially on TikTok, was it? Or?
TikTok, Instagram. Oh, TikTok. Just TikTok at that time. Just TikTok.
And were there certain ones where you thought, that's the sweet spot if I'm laughing about that, or it's a bit more?
What? So you're saying identifying a good piece of content? It's all about knowing yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you like it, that's all that matters. And then if other people like it, it's happy days. But if the thing is about the internet, which maybe we've lost a bit of track, but I still think it's great because I just review my socials, and if people can tell that you are genuine in what you're doing and you're just loving, you know what I mean, and you're not forcing it, you're just actually doing it because it's you, people like it automatically.
Yeah.
People don't realise, but it's a very feeling world. I don't know too much about this because I'm only learning about it now, but everything's like emotion, and like it'll trigger something in someone's brain, seeing someone else laugh.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, we live in a world with such fakeness now. Seeing you and what you do, it's probably like a rarity.
I just want to get it out there though. I feel like I want people to know that I do have me down days, and I am negative towards myself sometimes, and I am a human being. I don't want people to get this fucking Greek statue of like, I am perfect. No. You know, I'll have me days where I'll get jar of Nutella out and just spooning and just sit there. That's Sunday normally for me. By the way, I've got a relationship with Nutella.
Yeah?
Oh my God.
I'm more of a peanut butter man, me.
Oh, Nutella. Do you know, that's my goal. This year, I'm going to get a sponsor with Nutella. We're doing it. Clip this up, we're doing it. Nutella is happening. But yeah, I just want to get that out there. Like,
what, on toast or?
Oh, big spoon on toast, banana.
What, just spoon straight in the mouth?
Me and Nutella have a serious relationship.
Just a spoon.
Sometimes I speak to the jar and I'm just like, how you doing, babe? You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at the jar like, I love you.
Was it Nutella where you could get your name on it at one point?
You can get your name on Nutella? No, that was Coke.
Was it?
What, where you could get your name on the bottle?
Yeah, wasn't there something else as well, though? A food?
I don't know, but just no, I'm thinking about it now.
I'm just thinking like Still Ryan and like Nutella.
Still Nut?
Like...
Wow, that's... Still Ella, still Nutella.
You just could do something, lad, yeah. But you just eat it spoon right in?
Yeah, I love it.
Lad, to me, that's sickly, that.
It's not, though.
How many of them can you do? Like half a tub or something?
No, I could defo nail it. It depends what size tub we're talking.
They're like the small little one with the white top. Like the, not
I could nail that.
Not like the screw one, just the...
I could nail it. That's gone, and I'm licking the sides. Oh. I'm like a dog in a water bottle. Like... I could nail that. It's the big tubs. My ma started buying the big tubs so it lasts longer. But the thing is, because I'm strict on my diet now, you know, I'm strict.
Yeah, you ain't breaking no fucking mile record with eating tubs
no,
of Nutella.
I'm strict on my diet now. So like, I'm doing my meal preps, and I'm watching what I eat, and I'm not eating crap every day. I'll dedicate a day where I can just let loose.
Yeah, The Rock talks about that, doesn't he? Just as a cheat day.
I've got a fast metabolism, so Sunday on the weekends I'll let loose a little bit. Saturday I'll start it, and then Sunday I go all out. Pizza, Nutella, Coke, what's happening, where are we? But recently I've let loose a little bit because, you know, my dad offers a bacon butty, I can't say no.
Nah, your dad's bacon butty is always the best as well.
Yeah, especially when he's, cheese, bacon butty, toast, tiger bread.
Do you, what was then the clip that kind of, when you were doing your TikTok, that kind of went
the Rocket League was steady, and it was going views after views, and it was doing amazing. It was getting thousands of views. People were loving it. People were coming in my streams. People were showing support all over, just being generally nice. And then I went on this game called Outlast, and only recently it blew up. And I was getting chased by a monster, and it was a scary game. And I was in a locker, and I was like,
I think I've seen this.
1, are we ready? Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, open the locker, monsters to my left, and I'm like, I'm gone, I've legged it. Oh my god, you've been legged, muppet, just constantly like repeating myself, because I was pooing my undies. I was scared, I was genuinely scared. I hate scary games. Don't think I've played one since then. And that everyone loved it in streaming. I weren't going to upload that.
Oh.
I know that was a quick turnaround there, but I was not going to upload that. I thought, nah, people won't like this. People won't love that. Nah, it's not happening. Uploaded it, done absolute bits. I think I got like 900,000 to 1 million plus. And then recently, a few months ago, people started using it in the Premier League. Wolves, Everton, Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Paralympics, Olympics. Everyone used it. My voice is global.
Wow.
Because as the runners were running, the amputees, the football players, they were all like, I'm gone, I've legged it. But the Paralympics one blew the roof off it, because the man had, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but they had one leg.
Yeah.
And when they're saying, I've legged it,
yeah.
it worked perfect. So shout out to the Paralympics, Adam. It blew up. When my voice said, I've legged it, the Paralympics, just sprinting with one leg, it was brilliant.
And is that then could that then take people back to the original then? Yeah.
Well, at first, this lad, reused my sound under his name, but I weren't bothered, because at the end of the day, as Mr. Beast says, like, as many people who share your content, that's positive. People were coming back to me saying, like, that's you. People knew it was me, and maybe a lot more people could have knew it was me if the sound was under my name. But at the end of the day, I was just grateful that people heard it, because the opportunities that are coming from it and come from it, I'm just grateful.
And I guess you know what works as well. You know your thing works.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, people use me content. I don't really care. Like, watch it. You know, at the end of the day, it's just my voice.
So this is on TikTok. Are you getting paid off? Does TikTok pay you, does it?
No.
No?
No, I do not take payments off TikTok, because I use it as a traffic source, not a payment. I would rather 1,000 people see my face than get £1,000. Because in content, I've always knew this from day zero. I would rather have exposure than a quick grab. I'm in this for the longevity. I'm not in this for a quick bag and get off. I want tens of millions of people to see me.
So what would be so it's getting people to watch Twitch or YouTube or?
Right now, I don't know. I don't know. I'm uploading on YouTube. I've just did 10k on there. I'm uploading on Instagram. Just did 42k on there. I'm live streaming on Twitch. I'm on 35k on there. I'm always uploading on TikTok on live. I'm on 430,000 on there. I'm uploading on Twitter a tweet. I'm just living. I'm just being me and creating content and living. Like, I haven't got no drive I've got loads of drive. I haven't got a drive of traffic to a social, because they're all supporting themselves now. So on Instagram, I've got a solid foundation. On Twitch, I've got a solid foundation. TikTok.
And you have to put different content on different platforms. You find, like, if you put that on TikTok, it does better, but the same video will do shit on Twitter, or?
It's just knowing your target audiences. So TikTok is, you know, it's got 1 billion people on the app, I think. So it ranges from ages. But Instagram would be a lot more adulty towards TikTok compared to TikTok. Then you've got your Twitter. It's knowing your target audience and knowing what they want to see. It's the biggest thing. It's just like a business. It's knowing what people on Instagram want to see compared to TikTok. TikTok might be short, snappy.
That's interesting, yeah.
But Instagram might be more formal, more podcast. It's very different. But now everything's everything. I've never limited myself, but it's just knowing. It's just being aware. What
frustrates me, and probably because I'm older, in the sense that you've kind of grew up with this, and it's something I always moan about to our producer Musk. So saying it a little bit to you, so we have some amazing conversations, some dead funny like this, some really deep, some dead meaningful, whatever. And then on TikTok, we've got a TikTok. I don't do it, our producer does it. We've had some fucking amazing conversations. And you know what our most liked one is?
Talking about something stupid.
Yeah. It fucking breaks my heart. And I'm like, for you, it's great that society's kind of like that. And don't get me wrong, we all love to see something funny like that. I've laughed my life at that loads of times, the getting leg thing. And it's great. But I sometimes think, there's a great quote there on, like, life, or, you know what I mean? Someone's, Like, so our biggest one is if your ma was on a deathbed and to bring her back to life, you'd have to bang your half fella, would you? And it was like debating that for like a minute. Do you know what I mean?
What did you say?
Nah. And my ma's already passed away, and I was just thinking, like, if she was lying there and she asked me to, would I? And I said, nah, because
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't be able to live it. I don't think my ma would be able to live knowing I've done me.
Let's not involve that in this podcast.
No, exactly. But my point I'm saying is, you think of, I've spoke to everyone from Carragher to John Bishop to criminologists to adventurers, people who've climbed Everest, swam oceans, and it's like people want to know the answer to that. And the other one was, if your mate and his missus done a porno and you're seeing it, would you watch it?
If your mate and his missus.
And you found you're on porn and you're seeing it, would you watch it?
That's a mad question, though.
That's what I mean.
Who comes up with that? Is that you?
Like, no, it's not me, thankfully. But my point is, like, society's engineered a bit where you need to like have this, and I think it's great for someone who's funny and like what you're doing. I think it's great, but I also think, fucking hell, man, that's like.
Yeah, but you've got to think, Andy. Like,
maybe I'm too old, lad.
no,
maybe
it's
I'm
not.
boring
It's
and
not.
old.
What I'm gonna hit a dot on the head here. It's your values. Your values are completely different to everyone else. So maybe you're using the wrong hashtag. Maybe you're uploading at the wrong time. Maybe you're doing something that doesn't hit the people that your values match up with. Now, you think about my content. It's to make people laugh. It's to make people happy. What I've noticed now is people get in from a long day of work and all they want to do is just go and breathe and just laugh because they haven't had it in the job or they haven't done it in that day.
I do think that's a massive part of it. I think sometimes there's that many podcasts out now with long form conversation about people who've done X, Y and Z. Some people do just want your type of content where it's like,
because
fucking switch off from a hard day and this kid's gonna make me laugh.
Because how much crap is there in the world now that can bring you down? There's so many anchors and so much weight in certain areas. It's just like, it can be breathtaking to just see a clip of energy and positivity, and that's sometimes all you're grasping for. But I don't know, what time do you upload that?
It's our producer does it, I don't know.
What hashtags do you use?
I don't even think we use any.
Exactly. It's just like these things, like there's people in the world that love listening to you for hours.
No doubt. I don't want to come across like I'm moaning or
no,
bitching
you're not.
about it.
But I'm coming across from a content point of view because I'm a statistic freak.
We'll get you in, lad, to do some
like,
work with our producer.
I literally, like, I know my target
audience. Hourly
audience.
rates, give us some, what you call it, like it.
Well, them hourly rates, lad. Hey, woo! What are we talking? 7 figures. Well, let's start it small, 6.5.
Okay.
Nah, but it's just all little things like that that
it is
matter.
Interesting, yeah. The other thing I want to know as well with your career kind of going forward, the great thing is with being in content, I guess, like literally the world's your oyster, do you know what I mean? You can kind of go in whatever avenue you want to go. You've mentioned a few times Mr. Beast and like Science, people like that. Are they the people who you get inspiration from now? My little girl got me on, she's 8, she got me on to Mr. Beast and thinks he's like the best person in the world.
Mr. Beast is an amazing content creator and you can never take slack off him. He is unbelievable at what he does, and he's mixing so many things into content, and people like that I adore. I adore them.
Since the book was coming then, was there a book coming or?
No, they weren't a book. I was about to say Jake Paul as well. He's recently been in Misfits fighting. I adore people like that, just because they are opening the gateway for me to just topple. Like Mr. Beast just cured 1,000 blind people.
I watched the video, amazing.
Yeah, Jake Paul's just boxed in Saudi Arabia and got $30 million to box. He boxed a professional boxer. Like, I'm not looking at it as that should be me. No, I'm looking at that, thank you for opening that door, because I'm going to do 10,000 blind people. I'm going to do 60 million fight purse. That's me. I'm not being cocky. I'm believing in myself. I'm hard working. I'm confident. That's me. I'm not saying I look up to these people. I adore what they do. I admire them. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Mr. Beast, KSI, the Sidemen. But I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for beating that record. Thank you for doing that amazing video. When I'm at that stage, I can't wait to topple that, double that, triple that.
So you're not kind of pigeonholing yourself in any kind of, I want to go down the Misfits box, I want to go into the Mr. Beast kind of realm of giving things what you're just open-minded to it all.
Yeah. Tomorrow might be public questions. The next day might be, I'm going to, I don't know, do parkour. The next day, like, I've got videos coming up with the football videos and the brilliant footballers that I'm doing them with. But after that, I might be an arse eating a tub of Nutella. Like, it's just, I don't like predicting what I'm doing. Because I might not feel like that. If I wake up tomorrow and go, I don't want to, like, I'll just write on it, morning routine. which is like wake up, cold shower, affirmations, podcast learn on something, and then I'll go into the day, how I'm feeling, I'll message me camera, let's go out film. Actually don't feel like it today, don't feel it. I just love living on the now.
But something like the kind of Mr. Beast, if you want to get to that will surely need a bit more planning.
Of course it will,
scope.
but that's where the team comes in, and the team says like, you're at this podcast at 6 and you're here at this time and you're there, but that's when I've got more freedom, when I haven't got the weight on my shoulders of like having to do a lot. Like right now we've got a team, but like they've also got their own things going on.
Yeah.
So like I am still doing a lot of things, you know. But when you're at Mr. Beast level, he's got
how boss
someone
is he,
running,
by the way?
He's amazing. He's got someone running his merch. All he has to do is create. That's all he has to do.
You've kind of taken little steps in that way though, with your giveaways and stuff.
I love it, you know. I've got
Where
big ones coming up, you know.
Did that come from the Mr. Beast then? That kind of idea? Coming up.
I just love the fact of seeing the reaction and the feeling of someone else being happy because you're giving them something that they can't have. Yeah. Like there was a clip, Paul, I hand-delivered merch to him recently, and there was a clip where he's like, oh, I bought these new shoes and they were like £40 and these are better than these and these are the best pairs of shoes I've ever had. And that just hit me. I never showed it on camera, but I watched that clip back like 12 times. That hit me so hard because like, they're the best shoes he's ever got. But someone's got 10 pairs of them. You know what I mean? Like, and if I can do that, if I can use my platforms, the bigger we get, the more I can ask for off brands and say, give me 5,000 pairs of shoes, the more people I can make happy.
Is that how it works then? You'll now go, look, I've got this idea, I want to do this, would you be up for giving me X amount?
Yeah, any brands want to get in touch, let's do it. Give me $5,000, that $5,000 going to the public, you know what I mean? Like, let's do it. I am pushing to get my platforms as big as possible so I can then barter to say to the brands, listen, we've got this video, let's do it. That's the whole, the bills, I don't call them bills anymore, financial investments are paid, the lights are on, everyone's happy, healthy, let's create. What can we do? You know, we've got nearly 1 million followers across all social media platforms. What brand wants to get involved? Mr. Beast on his first video, he got £1,000, I think, off a brand because his videos were doing well, and then he'd give it to this one person, and that was the video. I just want to keep giving.
Yeah.
I want to keep giving, and on the side I will do music reaction, I will do this new series, and I will do public questions, but the more I can give, the better, because it's just a boss feeling.
No, it is. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Is that one of the reasons why you're getting into boxing as well then? Because you kind of got one eye on the Logan Paul and that avenue, and you think, wow, is that something that you think about doing? I
just know I'm going to jab someone's head off. I just know. You can clip this up and show me in 6 months when I'm in the ring. I just know. I just know. I just know I'm training 4 or 5 times a week boxing. I'm fit, I'm running, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting faster with my punches. And I just want to go into that avenue because it's there, it's relevant, let's do it. Why not? Why not? Like, if it's going to get me to get the whole world to know the still gang quicker, let's do it.
The only thing I'd say about that, which has been an interesting debate to have with someone who is in that realm, is when you'd look about it, you know, everyone was judging whether it was the right thing going off for Logan Paul to... Is it Jake or Logan?
Both.
Well, yeah. Who fought Tommy Fury last week?
Jake.
So it was like, is it right or is it wrong? Is it boxing? Is it... And I think it's much better to go down that misfits route. Because I just think, you know, for example, you could be a perfect example. You know, someone who maybe likes boxing, gets in there at like 9, 10, 11 and goes through the amateurs, goes through the Olympics, then turns pro and then makes the way up to get to that level. And then someone might look at, for example, like you might look at now Jake Paul and go, well, rather than putting all that hard work in the gym for 15 years, I can just make videos and do this and do that, and then I'll just fucking meet you there at the top.
So are you saying like this amateur's working so hard to go here, but then the content creator's just going,
yeah,
I'm missing all that?
Do you not think?
Well, don't you think like it's important how to sell a fight?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where the content creator comes in. Jake Paul is perfect at selling a fight.
I think if you could mix the both, then perfect. And I think what you guys are doing,
I do understand that though, because amateurs do work all their life, all their childhood, risk and sacrifice a lot, and then get told no, you're not going pro, or have 12 pro fights before they even get it near a paycheck. Not even probably a 12th of what Jake Paul, but
you absolutely smashed it. And I think what the big massive lesson I can see, and I'm not in either content creating or boxing, but just from an outsider, I think what content creators like yourself and Jake Paul have all done is made boxers go, fucking hell, these lads are selling out, they've got bigger following than us, they've got more sway in the public than us, we need to start making content. Keep doing the boxing that you've done since you were 8, 9, 10, but they need to be definitely more of a brand like you are. I think that's where they kind of need to collide.
Yeah, it is big, and people are catching on now that it is important to create a community feeling. But Jake Paul, man, I just rate him so high for what he's done, because he's opened the doorway, he's opened the gate.
Yeah.
As much as he's going to fight KSI, and I watched them both, at the end of the day, they've just opened a massive doorway. And I just think this is a side quest for content creators. This boxing is a side quest, because at the end of the day, Jake's not a boxer. Now, I'm not saying that discrediting him, I'm saying Jake is whatever he wants to be. Same with KSI, same with anyone that steps in that ring. You've got to be, is it proud? I don't know. Is it proud? You've got to be proud of these jumping in a ring against these people. And that kid was making TikToks at 16, doing funny dances. Who thought you could do that?
Yeah.
He just proved it. Listen, went 8 rounds.
That's one thing you can say about him, do you know what I mean? Fair play to him, man. One question to you, I think, which is a bit more of an interesting one. Obviously, you've just said then, like, some of those clips, the funnier they are, the more outlandish they are, whatever, they can go viral and then essentially brings more eyes to you, makes your community bigger, etc, etc. Is there a point where you've got to kind of, not be wary, but be mindful of, like, because I always think of Logan Paul, what got him on the map, which got him a lot of shit, which is eventually it's ended up in his favour. But when he went to the is it Japan or was it?
Japan, the suicide forest.
Yeah, so he done that. Obviously, at the time, got a lot of flack from it, but essentially it ends up benefiting him. Now, when you're making content, have you ever got to think kind of, shit, this is a bit too risky, it's a bit too, because you want to kind of make it go viral, but still, you know, I think obviously he's fucked up what he done going there, but I don't know, maybe content creators looking at him going, well, actually,
I wouldn't say that benefited him. I'd say what it did is teach him a lot. I'd say what it brings you back to. People sell the soul for interaction and attraction, and it brings you back to basically what I'm doing right now is just be yourself.
I think he was trying too hard, you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. I went in his camp, I'm not next to him. I don't know. But I've watched Logan since a kid, and I love his videos. And everyone in life makes their mistakes, and you know, I can't speak on that event because I just went there. I never done it. It's a big one, you know what I mean? Like but I think what it taught him is just be more you and come back to being you, and stop trying to big up yourself every time to get the extra 1,000 views or 1,000,000 views. And that's the biggest thing for content with me, is like, you don't have to do crazy. Just do you, and if you think that's your limit, just stop, because like,
it's interesting, yeah.
Just stop, just like, if you're selling a persona you're not, you're just going to turn so unhappy and make a mistake or do something you wouldn't normally do.
The only reason I brought that up, because that's how I got onto him, because I know that through Geordie podcast, and then he done a podcast reacting to that, and then he done one back reacting to that, and then they became mates in the end, and so that's how I kind of learned about him. That's why I thought he arguably benefited from it. But you've made a great point to just be yourself, I guess, because
just stop trying to beat yourself and be happy and content with what you've got. Push yourself, aim for high, but just don't go out of being you, because like my saying is, be more like yourself, because there's no one like it. There's no one like Andy, there's no one like Ryan. So be more like yourself, because it's very interesting how far you can be being you, how far you can get. That's the biggest thing. If you go and live this persona, you're not gonna be internal. And that's me speaking from my point of view. If I was to live this persona, I wouldn't be happy. I don't know if people might be happy living a persona. I wouldn't be personally happy being someone on camera that I'm not off camera.
Yeah.
Camera or not, I'm dancing funny, I'm air thrusting in the air, I'm doing the lawnmower, shaking my ass, whatever it is, I'm doing, you know what I mean? If the camera's there, it's there. But now I've just realised when to capture and not to capture. How to separate that private moment to a good moment.
Is it hard to switch off from that and make it a kind of, you know...
Me and my girlfriend bicker about it all the time, like switching off, being in you time and being in content time. I'm always on my phone. Me screen time's like 6 to 8 hours. Is that long? You got a screen time?
Might be similar. Terrible.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got mates that are 12 to 15, like, but hours on the screen time. But I don't know. It is hard. But the more I'm working on myself now, I'm realising, like Mark says, my mentor, and my best mate, be at the beach. When you're at the beach, be at the beach. It's a Jim Rohn saying. I think. When you're at the office, be at the office. When you're with your girlfriend, be with your girlfriend. And I'm learning that more and more, and I am becoming more conscious to that. Being where I am right now. When you're at the podcast, be at the podcast. Stop thinking about breathe, be here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll say to myself in the gym, I'm here, I'm at boxing, stop thinking about everything else.
I guess it's just hard though, because you might be in the moment and you go, you know what, this would be this great little idea there. Do you know what I mean, and stuff?
I always carry a notepad around me, or all the notes on my phone. If you go on my notes, there's a bullet point of ideas, non-stop. I always get ideas, and my head's like a box of frogs. It's about calming that and being able to switch off and switch on, which I'm still massively learning. I'm not tremendously good at it right now. I'm learning so much about myself, and the exercise and the breathing work, it's allowing me to get better at that.
Yeah. And you know, you're saying as well, because you're a young lad, but you come across very mature, you're a good laugh, and you've got so much going for you. Have you felt a pressure with the Still Gang? You said before about people, obviously, there's a lot of people suffering right now. Have you not felt a bit of a pressure? Because I've had it with my job over the years, but I'm a lot older than you, where I've done a motivational talk, and people then feel that because they know my story and they know me, they can just unload on me, and I'll try and help the way I can. But again, you're only 20 years of age. If you've got people unloading on you, it can be hard, can't it?
Yeah, I've had paragraphs of people like saying they don't want to live. I've had people saying they can't afford this, they can't afford. I've had them, you know what I mean? I've had them messages, and it's about taking it on, but then offloading it. I answered as many DMs as I could, and some people say that's bad because I need time to offload. But I know we're in a human world, and I know it's the feeling of people. If I can make that, like I've made, like when I was like 16 and starting off, people would message me and say they would suffer with depression, and they would hate themselves, and they were fat in school, and people would bully them. And because I answered their message, and because I messaged them, they messaged me 3 years later. I've had it, people coming into my streams, and they message me now saying, Ryan, thank you so much. I now only realise how much you actually meant to me back then, when you were at 11 p.m. and it should have been, you shouldn't have been messaging me, but you were staying up and messaging me, and you were talking to me. I used to sit in my Discord call till like 6 a.m. with just a group of people just chatting, and like they message me to this day saying like, thank you so much for just being there. And it does take its toll, but then that's my role to limit how much I take on and how to offload it. I can offload it by punching a bag, I can offload it by running, sweating, clearing my mind. Offloading in many ways. People all have different ways. Offloading and having me time, talking to someone. You can offload it in many ways, but it's just learning how much to take on and how much to offload.
You've said something great there, which is something I try and live by as well. When I do the talks, and people won't always remember what you do, people won't always remember what you say, but people will remember how you make them feel. It's something to remember, because I think
it's a human world, Andy. We all feel like I don't know how to explain it, because I am bright, I'm smart, I'm very smart. I'm not very knowledged on, when I'm not knowledged on an area, I'll openly admit it, and I won't sit here and talk about too much of it.
Like you say, you're human, aren't you? You know what it's like to feel low and stuff. I
can't go much more into it, because at the end of the day, everyone feels anger, happiness, whatever it is, we all feel, and it's just about how we can make that other person feel. Gary Vee says it.
Yeah.
The truest happiness is not how you are happy, it's another person's happiness. The reason you're so happy is because you see your daughter wake up every morning smiling, happy, fed, water. That's true happiness, because another person's happiness. The reason I'm so happy is because I can see how proud my mum and dad are, my girlfriend, the Still Gang, they're all happy watching me. It's another person's happiness. You never live life selfish for your happiness.
No, 100%. Do you know, people now, you're an inspiration to many. I couldn't believe our producer, he said when he knew you were coming on, he was telling like some kids were asking about him, and they were like, fuck off, no way, you got him coming on. So you're obviously a massive, well, you're an inspiration to me anyway, from what I've already told you at the start, but to a lot of young people. What advice would you give for any young kids getting into content creating? Because I think on a separate point, which is not your problem, but I'd be interested on your view on it. I think now kids are growing up, and rightly so, getting inspired by you. And I was joking with my dad at the weekend, and I said, who's going to like do normal jobs in the future? Because like
trades,
everyone wants to be the next Still Ryan. You know, no one wants to be John the bricklayer anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting, isn't it?
It's an interesting thought, but like, who thought when the internet came out who was going to be the next bricklayer when everyone wanted to be an IT technician?
Very true.
So there's enough people. I know people that adore their job. They love joinery. They love getting that fine cut on the wood, licking their hand and slapping the mitre joint. You know what I mean? I know people who love wiring. They love like no matter what.
I'm gonna introduce you to a couple of plasterers, lad.
Oh, them plasterers, mate. I know people who love that. They live for it.
Fucking hell. Fucking introduce me to them after this.
No, but literally, like, it'll filter out.
No, what you mean.
It will filter out.
But
like,
you must get a lot of young people though who are mega like wanting to get into your space.
100%. But just do it and try it, and you know, like this is another thing about content. There's not just content creation. There's an editor, there's a videographer, there's an audio guy, there's a PA, there's whatever it is. It's not just the main guy, content creator. There's so many things behind content creation, and it's the way the world's going. But there will be bricklayers, there will be everything you need to build an house, there will. Because at the end of the day, not everyone wants to do the same thing. Maybe in 5 years, content creation, people will be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Oh, nah. You never know. Wait, I don't know. It's a brilliant question, though. It does make you think.
Yeah. So, mate, back to you on the kind of going forward. I've seen like you've done like FIFA stuff with like Anthony Gordon and Harvey Elliott. That was cool.
Beat them both, you know. You know, just done a video with the man himself, Harry Heskett. He was ranked 8th in the world on FIFA professionally, and then he retired. Don't know why he retired, I asked him this, but yeah, I love it. Harvey Elliott was class. He said he watches me streams.
Really?
Yeah, Anthony Gordon. You look shocked there, Andy. What?
No.
Why don't you watch my streams, Andy?
You know what? I'll be dead honest, because I've not got Twitch. I'm old as fuck compared to you.
No, you're not. You're only double.
You're only double me. You cheeky bastard.
You are. You're 30.
You're 20.
You're 36 in the summer.
35 in the summer. So I'm not 40.
5 years off. Not that far.
No, what I mean is though, as a footy fan, like if I don't know, any of the Liverpool players said to me, I watch your podcast, I'd be like, fucking hell, mate. Like, I was made up. I was in the moment though. Yeah. Like I said, as a kid, I always picture myself being in that first team environment, like round with the lads' footy. So it helped me as well massively, knowing that at the end of the day, take the footy away, take whatever they are, they're just a pair of lads, group of lads who just like playing footy. We all like playing footy, it's just at different levels. Yeah. At the end of the day, I was like, what's happening, lads? How are we? You want to play some FIFA? Do you not get starstruck then, no?
Of course I did. But it's like that switch of man, like, oh, it's go time now. I've only got an hour with you. I'm going to make sure you remember me. Yeah. And then in that hour, both follow me. I talk to them.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, what's happening? Got the 1 hot minute with Anthony outside. But I want to do a football video with them both.
Yeah. Because you've started doing
I want to, I will.
You started doing the going the match, obviously the vlogs, haven't you?
Yeah. Everton.
How have they gone down?
Brilliant. People are loving them. They're getting like 4 to 5k on YouTube, which is amazing. Because I've only ever pushed my YouTube recently, the start of the year. People are loving the matchday vlogs. It's a different perspective. You know, I'm a young fan. I'm actually bringing my dad to this one on Saturday.
That, yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait because my dad's one who doesn't hold back. What are you doing? I can't wait for the editors to edit it, but I'm looking forward to that. And my dream is one of them. I actually never outlined this. I've got a whiteboard at home with like a load of goals. I never put this on, but I'd love to work with Everton. I'd love it. Create football videos, funny videos. I'd love it. It's therefore aligned with me and it's meant to be. And you know, I'm gutted Anthony went to Newcastle, but I'm sure we'll do something in the future as well. Yeah. Harvey Elliott, I know he's a Liverpool player, but at the end of the day, you're in the city, brother. You know what I mean? You're in the city, brother. Let's get it going, Harvey. Let's do it.
What's the best video you've done or best bit of content you've put out?
I haven't got a best.
One that you're most proud of or something maybe?
Oh, proud is... So, one of my goals is to retire my mum and dad. I've made this very publicly. It's not... It's happened. It's done. It's already done. I realised if I get emotional, and I won't get emotional today. Take a deep breath. I won't get emotional today, but retiring them's been a big thing for me. And I know life. You're on a ticking time bomb, and then you die. And I go through this all the time with myself. Like, I'm working so hard to get one of my goals, which is to retire, but I'm mostly away from my mum and dad because I'm always working so hard. It's like I'm sacrificing my time. I said it the other day, I'm working so hard on something to do, when really, if I just stopped everything and just spent time with mum and dad and just never did anything, it'd just be what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working so hard to get something that I could have, but it's just...
It's that famous story. There's it's obviously a fake, what do they call it, a metaphor story, and it's this American, big flash American goes to some island in the Caribbean or something, and he says to the guy who wants to go fishing, so the guy goes out and he fishes and he got the whatever that Caribbean island he's on, he gets one fish that he needs to feed his family and goes back. And the American goes, wow, it's that easy for you to catch one fish. You should stay out and catch a few more. Then you could sell the other fish, and then you could buy a bigger boat, and then with the bigger boat you can catch even more fish.
And then more and more.
Before you, and he explains all this till by the end he's got a business with like 20 boats and this and that, and then the fella says, well, what would you do once you've done all that? He says, well, then you can go and be with your family. And the fella says, once I catch this one fish, I go with my family.
Yeah, it's like
it's like
that. It's the balance. It's once again the balance. But obviously, I've got my purpose, which is to create high, consistent, quality content day in, day out to leave the biggest impact. But back to the proudest moments of my content, it's involving me mum and dad. That's why I brought them up. Sorry, dry throat. I've got a sore throat. It's involving me mum and dad. So I learned that, I can't spend all the time in the world I want with them, because I'm out here creating this massive brand, the Still Gang. It's unbelievable. It's global. Let's involve them in what I do and love most, content. Creative videos with them. I'm going to create more with them. I've got them in on clips. I've got them in on music reactions. And that for me is probably one of the proudest moments, is finding something I love and enjoy and I'm working on to create the biggest thing ever. Getting the people I love and work so hard for involved in it. That's probably the proudest moment for myself. That's like a selfish proudest moment.
It's a belter, lad.
In achievements are brilliant, and I'll never stop achieving and I'll never stop pushing. But I'll never label one as the best, because they're all as equal as each other. Meeting Andy Gordon, Harvey Elliott was amazing. Hitting that follower goal was amazing. Getting more Still Gangsters in the Discord talking about the day is amazing. They're all equal to each other.
So to be part of the Still Gang, what you need to be?
I just say to follow, to support, to say what's happening, to be nice. It's cool to be nice, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's the Still Gang are just a family. That's why I've always put it. We're not a structured community. We're just a family. We just talk. We say what's happening, how we feeling. I've got so many people in my DMs, and people are like, "What are you doing? You've got this many followers. Why are you answering them?" And I'm like, "Because it's a people world. I care what they care. I care if you're having a bad day. If people message me and say, Ryan, I'm not feeling good today, you could go through my DMs, and I've got loads of DMs where I'm just literally having taking an hour out of my day to have a conversation with this total randomer that is now a Still Gangster, because they're just not feeling good. That matters to me. That means something to me. I'm not even sitting here and saying, I could show you my phone, but obviously I wouldn't, because it's personal to them. That is actually like, it means something to me. It matters.
What I will say, lad, is not only have I just sat here smiling, you what you do, which is sad that you've had to kind of make it cool, but you do definitely make it cool to be nice and to be a good person, because I think for a long time, through many parts of my life as well, especially growing up, and I don't know whether it's a Liverpool thing, but there's definitely been this kind of, you've got to be hard, you've got to be, what are you looking at? There's definitely this kind of hardened, thing up. Whereas I think definitely with your presence in the city and on social media, you're definitely making it cool to be just a nice person, to be a caring person.
Thank you. It means, it's a compliment, that. I'll take that.
Massive compliment, because again, for me, I think it hasn't always been the way, do you know what I mean? And it's been a bit like, what the fuck's he, the fucking, you know what I mean? And it's like
snarling and get out of here.
And you're making it cool, lad. I've not stopped kind of having a smile on my face talking to you, lad. I think it's great what you're doing. The positivity is just amazing. And I'm excited to see where you go with it, lad.
Oh, it's just the beginning. I haven't got phases, but I've got a plan, a structure. I'm not soft. I'm smart. I'm educated on what I want to do, how I want to do it, and why I'm doing it. It's another thing. I've got a clip coming out soon, and people are like, what motivates you? And it's like being aligned with my purpose from a very early on stage. I know what I'm here to do, and I'm doing that every day, no matter what's in my way, what obstacle. I know what I'm here to do, and that's why I'm thriving and I'm ready to go, and I've got my camera with me. If I feel like it, I'm gone. I've liked it.
Are you allowed to give us any snippets of goals for the future, what we can expect to see?
I knew you were going to ask this, I had this little brain, I had this little thought in my brain. Any snippets of the future, what you're going to see? I've got some massive collabs coming up.
Yeah?
A massive collab, like, just that lad from Crocky, collabing with some big heads, big people, big brands, big everything, just massive. I'm talking, without saying names, I'm talking massive. You know, it's a proud moment.
Yeah.
You know, the lad who dances in his rooms now, collabing with ... I'm proud of that. We're growing every day. I think I'm a statistic freak, so I'll say them. Like on Instagram, we're going like 4,000 or 5,000 a week.
Oh.
On TikTok, we're growing. You know what I mean?
Is this going to boost my following then, lad, is it now?
What, this podcast?
Yeah.
There's the thumbnail shot there. But yeah, it's just, for the future, this is just the beginning. So everything I've done, just know we're going to beat it and topple it and make it bigger and better. We've just given away £2,000 worth of on-runners in town. We're going to topple that. You know, we've just done a video where we done a football video with Sammy. We're going to topple that. Nothing against that video. That video's amazing. Nothing against anything I've done. But it's always, what more can I do? How far can I push myself? What more can I succeed in? Boxing. This job. Get me on the pads, Andy.
Do you know what, lad? Do you know what I've really loved about this as well, lad? Is, again, because I am older, I've just never seen this whole kind of YouTuber. I've just never, like, probably because I am older than I wasn't a part of that boom. But sitting here with you now, lad, I can see why young people are, like, so obsessed with you, lad. It's fucking, you just got a really great presence about you, lad. So,
thank you. Listen, after this podcast, if you offer me for a date like that, tell me girlfriend to go home, you know what I mean?
No, lad, I got a bit of a man crush on you now, lad. But anything else you want to finish on, lad?
Anything
else we haven't covered you want to?
I'll say me saying and we'll end it.
Go for it.
Be more like yourself because there's no one like you. Still gang, still Andy gang. It's like that. Thank you for watching. I love yous.
The man said it. See you next week.